Hello, I'm Phil Mullen, energy psychotherapist. I've made this video for my clients who see me for energy psychotherapy and also for anyone else who would like to make use of it. Now, I must make clear, of course, that I am not a medical doctor and I'm not providing medical advice or even psychological advice. If you have a health problem or a psychological problem, do please consult your doctor or other appropriately qualified specialists. Now, if you are one of my clients and see me for energy psychotherapy, then of course there's a great deal of various things that go on in a session. But this video is particularly about Acupoint tapping, simple Acupoint tapping for routine maintenance, routine emotional maintenance. And it can be as routine as brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Those things a shower will clean the outside of you, but Acupoint tapping helps to clear you internally, your mind and the emotional aspects of your body. Let me say a little bit first about these Acupoint meridians. There are actually 12 main meridians and 2 additional vessels. And each of these tends to have a particular link to a particular emotion or emotional state. And 12 of them, the 12 meridians, also traditionally have links with different bodily organs and bodily systems. So the acupuncture energy system is like at the interface between the body and the psyche, which is why energy psychotherapy involving additionally, in addition to psychotherapy, work at the acupoint meridian level can often be very effective because it's working at that interface between body and mind. Now, of course, we know that if we do not process our emotions, our emotional experiences, they get stuck. And they get stuck in the mind and they get stuck in the body. But with Acupoint tapping, by putting into words our feelings and thoughts and our experiences, and tapping on acupoints at the same time, it facilitates the flow of both energy and information. And what we find is that as we start to tap, then more thoughts and emotions and energy and bodily sensations start to change and flow. And the shift in bodily sensations and the experience of subtle energy, and it is a subtle quality, it has a subtle feeling to it. That too can be quite tangible. One can feel these energies starting to flow. Now, acupoint tapping, simple acupoint tapping, originally it came from the work of Dr. Roger Callahan as long ago as 1979 actually. And then various simplifications were developed. One of the most commonly known is EFT, emotional freedom techniques, but there are a variety of simple derivatives of Dr. Callahan's original method. Now, our emotions and our meridians, they're kind of stacked up in sequences. They are layered. And it is possible to, using energy testing, to locate the particular sequence or layering of meridians. And that can be quite useful to draw on that information. And that is part of what I do in a session. But also, it still works rather well if we don't worry about the sequence or the layering and just tap all of the points. And we don't actually need explicitly to be concerned with the particular meridian emotion links. All we need to do is put our feelings and thoughts into words and tap on all the points. Now, some practitioners of these acupoint tapping methods will use just a sample of the tapping points. I prefer to use all 14 points. Actually, there is an additional one to make it 15. It doesn't take long. The whole process is very, very quick. But it seems to me that since there are a total of 12 meridians and 2 additional vessels, and they do have particular emotional links, why not tap on all of them? So here's the simple way of doing it. We start by tapping the side of the hand here. This is actually the small intestine meridian. It always seems to be helpful to start here, and we can put our thoughts and feelings into words in the following way. Even though I'm feeling blah blah blah, I completely accept myself. Or even though blah 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 happened, I completely accept myself. Now, there is another point that I need to emphasize, because it's very, very important, which is also when you're tuning into what is distressing you, to take note of where you are feeling any tension in your body as you think about it. This does seem to make a huge difference. Notice what you're feeling, some sense of pain or tension or discomfort that seems to arise when you think of what is troubling. Maybe it's tension in your chest, that's commonly some feeling in your throat or some sensation in your gut. Just notice it and include that into the words whilst you're tapping here. And even though I'm feeling this tension in my chest, this feeling I can't breathe, I completely accept myself. Then you tap on all the points. Now, it's good to start with the top of the head point, which is in line with your ears, like this. So you can say, blah blah happened. Just a little word or phrase relating to what's bothering you. And by the way, the blah blah can include as much as you like. Blah blah happened. And then go to inside the eyebrow here. By the way, that top of the head point is on the governing meridian, and it's a rather important acupoint. Now tap inside the eyebrow here, bladder meridian. Blah blah happened. And then the side of the eye. There's tension in my chest. And then under the eye, my fear that blah blah. And then we go under the nose, feeling angry, whatever it is, whatever you're feeling. It's just taking little words and phrases relating to that whole constellation of thoughts and feelings and bodily sensations at each tapping point. And it doesn't really matter what words you choose. It's a very flexible system. And then you go to the chin point, central vessel. By the way, this one was governing vessel again. Side of the eye, by the way, was gallbladder meridian. Under the eye is stomach meridian. So back to governing meridian and then the central vessel. So we've gone from the top of the head to this point, around the eye, under the nose and the chin. So that's very easy to remember. Top of the head, round the eye, under the nose, chin. Then we go to the very ends of the collarbones. Now these are very close together. You can see I'm wearing a tie, so they're at the bottom of my tie knot, very close together, those knobbly ends there. Okay. Then the next point we can tap on is, if you're male, it's about a couple of inches under the nipple, but female, it's under the breast in the same sort of area. That's the liver meridian. By the way, these tapping points here, very important points, they're on the kidney meridian, K27 points. So then we've gone to under the nipple or under the breast. Then go to the side of the body. So it's more or less opposite the nipple, whether you're male or female. Side of the body. Spleen meridian. Okay, so to recap, we've gone from top of the head, corner of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone points, under the breast or nipple, side of the body. So we've gone around the head and the torso. Then there are some finger points. They're very easy to remember, as they're all on the side of the nail, and it's always the thumb side. So we start with the thumb, lung meridian. Again, use some little word or phrase relating to what you're feeling, and then the first finger, index finger, large intestine meridian. Then the middle finger by the nail side, heart protector meridian, also known as the circulation sex meridian. Now then, the next thing, we can skip that one. Doesn't matter if you do it, but we can skip it. Then we go to inside the little finger or baby finger. Again, it's the side of the nail inside, and this is the heart meridian. And then we go to the back of the hand, between these knuckles here, between the little finger and the next finger. So if it's your left hand, it'll be sometimes known as the ring finger, but we tap there. That's the triple heater, triple warmer meridian, also sometimes called the thyroid meridian. I could go into all the different emotional state links of all these tapping points, but that would take too long. And you don't really need to know. And we can tap here for a little bit longer than the other points. Again, it's very flexible. There's something else we can do whilst tapping here, which is some eye movements and also some humming and counting. Now, this can strike people as a bit weird, but really think of it as just a way of accessing different areas, different functions of the brain, just to help clear the residual emotional perturbations a bit more thoroughly. So the way to do this is hold your head still and look down to the right or the left, but look down one side and then the other side. Then roll your eyes in a circle, then roll them the other way, Then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then hum a few notes, any notes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be musical, just hum a few notes. Then count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we've done there is we've made a few eye movements, down to one side, the other side, round in a circle, round the other way. Then we've hummed, we've counted, hummed, or we've counted, hummed, counted. Doesn't matter whether you start with the humming or counting. Just repeat the one you started with at the end. We don't know why that's important, but it does seem to matter. Then I like to finish with the tapping on the collarbone points again, the kidney meridian. Because for some reason that seems to be important to end with those points. Okay. So I'm going to very, very quickly go through all those tapping points again because repetition is helpful. Top of the head, governing meridian. Inside the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, collarbone points, then under the nipples or breasts, side of the body at the same sort of level, spleen meridian, side of the thumb, lung meridian, first finger, large intestine meridian, middle finger, heart protector, inside the little finger, heart meridian, back of the hand, triple heater. Oh, and of course we started, very important, we started with the side of the hand, the small intestine meridian. And that's where we set up the whole thing and activate the whole thought field of what is troubling us. So we always start with this point, side of the hand, even though I'm feeling blah, 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 blah. I completely accept myself. Or even though blah, blah, blah happened, and then blah, 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 whatever it is, I completely accept myself. So, start side of the hand, tap round the head, around the torso, and the finger points, the back of the hand. Hum and count, end with the collarbone points. That's about it. Hope that's given you some idea of how to do very simple acupoint tapping. Hope you find it helpful. Most people do. The more you tap, the easier it gets, and the more your system gets the idea of letting the emotions and energy flow. Bye for now.